Welcome back, attractive and well-educated watchers, to a brand new episode of The Frontier. Last time we left off, Kaladin had his trade journey. This time, we're going to have something with Tornur. Tornur, for those who don't know, joined Tiantang during the break, which is the city that Yu founded, or the community. It's not a city yet. And this will just mostly be an exposition episode through Tornur. So, good fun stuff. Tornur, feel free to say hello. Adam.
Hello. I am here.
Excellent. Tornur, by the way, has spent much of his time in this elongated rest, doing breeding programs for all of his animals after the loss during the ogre camp attack. So, first and foremost, as always, we have a little bit of block text.
Yeah.
Also, we're not sure if you're responding right away to us, or if we're getting a bit of a lag issue. So, testing, please respond.
Yeah, the lag is building.
Still doing it?
Yeah, the lag is building up again.
That's not good. Well,
it starts, gradually gets bigger.
We'll try to deal with it during the game. Alright, so block text time. You gently settle in after a long day of wrangling wolf pups, managing young displacer beasts, and handling griffin chicks, and helping your people settle the goats down in a new section of the grazing lands, known under Tiantang language as Muchang. The sound of pouring rain outside patters over your rudimentary cabin, a stand-in for what will one day be a much larger personal home of yours. Yu, for her part, has not overstepped even a toe length since your joining her settlement, but being gentle but firm, authoritative yet respectful to the needs and comforts of her people. Indeed, what few public appearances she makes are often strictly to ensure the comfort of the common people, and to make sure you and Anarl are getting all you need to maintain the trust of your followers and hirelings. At every stage, she has made the well-being of, quote, her people, unquote, of paramount importance. While she takes her tax automatically, as all crops and goods tend to go to the same stores in her palace compound for processing and safekeeping, most of what is turned in returns to the mouths of your own. Every day, the dawn bell rings, Yu leaves the cliffside palace and gathers her people for the morning feast, then leaves for 8 hours with her many boats to spread across the lake and serve the now many communities of the canyon. Yu the most often brings dwarven labor to Aldous mines and then spreads the love of her delicious food to everyone around that side of the canyon that needs it. Then, after 8 hours away, she returns to cover the recipes for the next day, or to schedule, or to do a quick demonstration for her people, and then she hides back away into her mountain stronghold, which you at least have gotten to see the majesty of, almost like a true dwarven community in its own way. The queen, however, is changing slowly. She has become more disheveled in the last few months, tired, clumsier, looking more worn out every day as her clothes grow sloppy on her form, and as her formerly bouncy gait becomes slower and more lumbering. You are more than aware that the crown weighs heavy on the head of the queen, much as she doesn't actually have a crown. But you can tell that much of it may well be that this young woman is simply being worn down by all of her duties. And no sooner than the rest began, than did a strange blue-skinned elf begin to follow her, bespectacled and always taking notes of everything she does, minding schedules and reminding of daily duties, even though the queen has never seemed to need her for such things before. But Yu, all the same, goes along with it and does everything she can whenever she is out to bring joy and comfort to everyone she considers her own, and that does include your people. Much as you have no permanent community yet, Yu has spared no expense to ensure your safety, dispensing large tents and extra blankets, as her people move into the palace complex, and Anarl's people build and move into their warrens. As you settle into your bed with your hellish scaled squirrel at foot, you are suddenly aware that you are not alone. A fantastically attractive elf steps from behind the corner of your wardrobe, berobed in a cloak of sable white with velvet red trim, his devilishly charming grin revealing teeth of perfect white as he stares at you. Good evening, Sir Tornur. Please forgive my intrusion at such a late hour, as I am all too aware you appreciate your privacy. I simply thought discretion would be preferred when considering your potential interests. For the same reason, of course. He gives you a remarkably appealing smile as he steps forward. Are you there?
Okay, so
It's on you,
Faustian deal. Okay.
Maybe, we're not gonna say.
Yeah, the flag is building again.
That is not good, Will. We'll try to have to deal with that soonish.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that seems that can be done.
Do you say that? Or, oh sorry, you're right.
I'll say something and then I'll see my icon finally light up after, like...
Rough. We'll get in front of a computer, dog. Not on your phone.
So there's gonna be a lab. I can't. I don't have any data. And
really?
I don't think it would help.
Oy. Okay, fair. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Faustian deal here. We're going to... Yeah, he just appeared in my home.
He was just suddenly there as you were settling in, getting ready to go to bed. You're in bed, as a matter of fact.
I feel like Tornur would not be expecting this at all. Yeah. Okay, yeah, he's definitely got a fire spell just in his hand right now, like a produced flame. Just cantrip right now. He doesn't want to blow up his whole fucking house.
Well, there is no need for any such potential violence.
Who the hell are you? What the fuck are you doing in...
Well, I'm glad you ask. My name is Garakrianio, the broker, trader of fine wares and the ephemerality of mortality. To put it simply, I seek out those who are not young anymore and wish to extend their lives by perfectly legitimate methods of mutually beneficial commerce. Forgive me for implying, but you, with all due respect, Mr. Tornur, are no longer a young man, are you? He inquires with that voice of deep velvet. Even those so long-lived as the elves and dwarves still must eventually taste the bitter draught of age, and who could say when one's bell might toll? He takes a few steps closer, nearly within arm's reach, but clearly entirely cautious about his approach. Not in the way that an assassin may sneak closer to a potential mark, but rather, as Tornur would know, as a trainer might inch toward an animal in an attempt to build trust. Now, I understand, of course, that you are a reasonable man, and this particular offer may seem too good to be true, but rest assured, he reaches to the part of his cloak, pulling it open to show it lined with little red bottles, glowing and shimmering in the darkness near you. I am quite a fervent purveyor of quality goods. I think, if it isn't too bold to say, I could make you into a new man. He smiles, almost comfortingly. But of course, he pauses, turning away, you are a suspicious man, a distrustful man. Worry not, he turns back, a single vial in hand, with a thimbleful of red at the bottom. Perhaps a single year on the house to show my legitimacy. He holds it out to you. Waiting for the lag.
You know, we did have a while back another guy that was peddling goods, and they turned out a little rough. So, yeah, I am kind of distrusting, but you say that little bit of liquid right there will give me a year?
1 year onto your natural lifespan, sir. Yes, absolutely. And free of charge to show exactly how real it is. You will feel the youth flow through you right away, sir, I promise.
Let's see here. I would like to, I guess, can I do a check to see if I can see if he's, on the up and up?
You may indeed roll an insight. That you checking to see if he is trying to con you here. So that is an insight. Absolutely, you may roll that. In fact, we would recommend that you roll that.
Well, that's a 23.
You sense no deception or anything like that. He indeed appears to be looking to trade with you for years. And realistically speaking, oh, I'm sure we might be able to deal with the specifics of payment after, of course, you've made up your mind on the sample. I understand that a single year is such a trifling thing to a dwarf, but it is, after all, in order to show that business is honest. And that I am, of course, nothing more than a broker.
I'll take the vial and
Inspect it? Did you say you'll inspect it?
Yep. Check the color, sniff it, that kind of thing.
Roll an Arcana. Well, it's extremely magical.
Well, this lag is getting pretty shit, isn't it? It just keeps on building.
Kinda. We'll have to stop the call and start it back up again at some point. But yeah, So it's very magical. Smells good. It's a little spicy, but good. You obviously can't taste it. There's only like a thimbleful there. So if you want to drink it, feel free to drink it.
Yeah. Well, I am a dwarf, and I have resistances to poisoning, so or advantage on checks to not be poisoned. So yeah, I'll trust in my dwarven resilience and go ahead and drink it.
All right. As you drink the thimbleful of liquid, cautiously but certainly, you feel the youth flow through you. Just a taste, but for a few seconds, you feel young again, before the grip of age takes hold over you, and then you only feel like you did last year, before you started all of this. Before the frontier started to wear you down. It also reminds you, immediately, that you are 310 years old, and dwarves generally only live to 350.
Alright, I'm listening.
Wonderful, wonderful. I thought you would come to understand the importance of this business very quickly with a free sample. Of course, adding life is expensive, and I do like cash and trade goods. What would you pay for more time? Dude just straight up asked you, he's all like, well, cash is always nice.
Well, I do have wines that I'm producing.
Wines, you say?
I got wines that I'm producing. I've got cheeses. I'm more a production kind of person. I don't really have much experience.
Of course, I understand. There are also so many other things that could be offered. Perhaps there's a memory you might be willing to part with, something particularly near and dear to your heart.
Hmm. Shit, I don't know if I have any memories off the top of my head that Tornur would be willing to part with.
Oh, of course, of course.
But I haven't really thought back to the good old days for Tornur, really.
Well, you are a dwarf. Years to you are less valuable than to others. How about we say... 730 gold per year. That would seem reasonable, wouldn't you say? The cost of a comfortable living for an individual the entire time. After all, who could say how much money you would get with the years that you have gotten in return for this transaction?
This is completely character. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds to me out of character. That would kind of be a hefty portion of everything that Tornur would make, and that I would essentially be indebted to this guy to maintain my lifestyle, like like an addict.
Well, man, life is a hell of a drug, isn't it? Life's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, it is.
And of course, there's no need to pay now.
See what you did, you dirty son of a bitch.
I only take cash on delivery, and of course, we can potentially deal with alternatives.
All right.
What is, after all, a little bit of money compared to youth?
The lag is starting to build up.
Well, okay, one moment. Hello? Oof. Hello? Okay, I'm gonna start that over. Hello? You got us? Oh no, this is rough.
Fuck me.
Okay, there you are. How long's the lag?
About 3 to 4 seconds.
Oh no, you got that one back in less than 2.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay, that's reasonable. We'll start from there. Yeah.
Right, cool.
So 730 gold per year. Of course, I understand the price, but for only 20 gold pieces more per year, I can add the quick de-aging potions to your deliveries. Of course, all I can normally do is grant more time, but more youth is not necessarily a promise with these years. Unless one pays for them, of course.
Let's see here. Tornur's wisdom is currently maxed out. He is aware that everything has to die eventually. And as tempting as the offer is, and as much as he would like to return to the prime of his youth, because, druids, once you reach, archdruid status, you're effectively immortal.
No, you still die when your time comes.
Okay.
You just don't age.
You don't age anymore. Alright.
And Tornur's already old as fuck, so that won't help him.
Yeah, Tornur is not going to see Archdruid anytime soon.
Certainly not if he dies before he's 312.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to leave this up to the fate of the dice here. Is there can I do a wisdom saving throw to see if Tornur is actually tempted by this? Because I'm pretty sure he would be, but I kind of want to, because this is something that Tornur would know that there's always a price. He would know that everything has to die eventually, but still it is something that he would like to do, and his track record recently hasn't exactly been one of wisdom. Despite his high wisdom score, he's been doing some really stupid things. So, would this be a wisdom roll or an intelligence? This would be more...
Roll a wisdom.
Wouldn't it?
Roll a wisdom.
Like this.
Roll a wisdom.
Save?
Wisdom save, yeah.
Alright. Let's see what happens. Let the dice speak! Holy shit, the dice spoke. This is such a bad idea that's being proposed to me right now.
So,
feels like.
You've already rolled your insight. So you're relatively sure that this guy is actually trying to just do a business transaction with you. Now, your wisdom tells you that he is almost certainly trying to get the better deal, but that's not terribly unusual for just a broker or trader or whatever, and probably doesn't fall into dishonesty or anything like that. He's just, he's got to make a profit, and if this is actually his business, he is probably overcharging you just a little bit more than he has to. But you're probably not gonna talk him out of that, because again, he needs to make his profit too. That being said, time is one of the things that not many people are making. You can't necessarily guarantee this guy will stick around. You are getting up there in age, and you've only been here for how long? 3 months, or 4 months now.
Fuck, how long have we been?
4 months now?
Yeah, something like that.
And you've already made a lot of money.
Pretty sure,
More than this guy would ask for years. Now, you can't pay everything yet, and he has said specifically that he only takes cash up front. But you can certainly form some kind of relationship with him to have him perhaps appear whenever you have more money. If you take it one transaction at a time, then it's much safer than that lump sum. And he, after all, is only talking about natural years here. It's not like he's saying he's going to make you immortal or anything. It's not like he's telling you that he's going to make you immune to damage. That would be too good to be true, but he actually does seem to be wanting to do a deal here with you.
Alright, I will... Let's see here. What you're asking for is pretty expensive, and that's understandable.
What is more valuable than life?
See if we can't come to some arrangement where you... What would it take to have you show up on a pretty consistent basis? Yeah, say once a year, roundabout.
Well, goodness, I go where the money is, as they say. He smiles at you, widening his eyes.
Alright. Now it was like 700 something for a single year.
730 for a single year if you just want the year. 750 if you want the youth to come with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I tell you what, I'll take. How much gold do I have actually?
That's on you, man. We don't know that. We don't know about that.
I haven't had the chance to calculate any of that. Yeah.
He would buy
trying to-
wine from you. He seemed interested in wine earlier.
All right. Tell you what. In exchange for wine, what would let's see here? What would be equivalent for casks of wine for that? For like the full 750 in converted instead of gold, but to casks. That would be.
One moment. We would actually have to straight up look. Don't we have a bottle document over here? Yeah, we think we do. One moment.
Alright.
Pretty sure it's in our fleet statistic. No, not there. Well, that's dumb. Never mind. Okay, well, sorry, we don't know how much a bottle is. So, a bottle of fine wine... Huh? Say again?
Oh, never mind, keep going.
Okay. One moment. Yeah, so, he will take barrels of wine, if you have them. He seemed to be interested in that. As you ask about wine, he goes, what sort of wine do you have?
Alright.
I happen to know many potential buyers for wine. You'd be amazed how many people are willing to give their life away for a last drop.
Alright, well, I've got some, I've got some regular stuff. Pretty much whatever this guy wants I can make.
Nice. Okay, one moment. As if you can produce it, he will arrive.
Alright.
How much wine do you have now, might I ask?
Let's do that then.
How much wine do you have now, might I ask?
We just got done harvesting. We just got done harvesting and making it, so I've probably got a decent amount. Probably a lot more than what would be needed to pay for this.
We'll say after the session, we'll work with you on figuring out wine production. But long story short, as you give him wine, he will give you more years. He will appear when you need him.
Yeah.
So, make sure not to squander your time before you are prepared with all of the barrels.
Let's go.
Say again?
Oh yeah. Let's start with the one. Let's start with the 1 year and just kind of work our way into maybe getting more later, along with a little bit of that youth potion.
Wonderful, wonderful. 750 gold per year it is, then. Thank you so much for your wonderful business. We will be in touch, of course. And he bows to you in a courtly fashion.
Of course.
And now, I, of course, will not keep you any longer. Please enjoy your rest. And he... I will consider that, indeed. Thank you so much. And he slips away into the darkness behind your wardrobe and disappears. Does Tornur do anything in response to all this?
Oh my god. Alright, he gives a thought to how he can increase his medical security.
Can you say that again? We heard gives a thought, and then we heard security.
He gives a thought to how he's going to boost his magical security.
It do be like that. Yeah, we will work with stuff like that, wine and stuff, later on.
Yeah.
With you. Feel free to, you should have started doing at least a little bit of your things, but we suppose we haven't done any statistics for the grapes. So we'll work with you on grapes. Alright. Thanks a bunch, everybody, for coming. Tornur, feel free to say goodbye.
Alright,
Say again?
Bye!
Bye. Okay, bye. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe, stay inside, stay healthy, and of course, remember to help each other. Bye!